Veteran Space Marines who've proven themselves in battle are assigned to the chapter's first company, where a select few are given the honour to wear a suit of tactical dreadnought armour, better known as Terminator armour, and serve as one of their chapter's greatest infantry assets. Terminator armour is a form of advanced, heavily reinforced power armour that essentially turns the wearer into a walking tank. It was developed for close-quarter combat situations where both resilience and offensive power is of paramount importance. The suits are necessary to better protect the Space Marines in engagements where standard power armour does not provide adequate protection. The origins of Terminator armour date back to when the Emperor of Mankind was making preparations for his Great Crusade, which included upgrading his legions of Space Marines with a far more advanced suit of power armour, Mark II Crusade Pattern power armour. In addition to this, the Emperor initiated a program to develop a new type of suit that would provide an even greater level of protection than the regular power armour. It was to be one of the most powerful suits of armour ever created. The design would offer levels of durability close to that of a Space Marine dreadnought, but in a package not much larger than standard Astartes power armour. This would allow the wearers to operate in dense and confined environments where full-scale dreadnoughts would have mobility issues due to their sheer size and bulk. And so, this new type of armour was named Tactical Dreadnought Armour. Initially, some expected Tactical Dreadnought Armour to fully replace power armour, but it soon became apparent that the slower movement speed, as a result of the much thicker armour plating, put the Space Marines wearing it at a disadvantage in battle. They could quickly be outmaneuvered by lighter, more agile enemy forces. Despite this weakness, Tactical Dreadnought armour proved to be a valuable asset in situations where survivability far outweighed the need for mobility. Because of this, rather than outright replacing power armour, Tactical Dreadnought armour would be limited to specialised elite squads of Terminators, and would later be known as Terminator armour after those who wear it into battle. Several different patterns of Terminator armour have been developed over the years, with one of the earliest being the Cataphractii Pattern. Cataphractii Pattern Terminator armour would act as a prototype for the later patterns of Terminator armour used by both the Space Marines and the Custodes during the era of the Great Crusade and the Horus Heresy. The helmet design took inspiration from the Mark III Iron Pattern power armour, which was common at the time. It also had fewer vulnerable joints in areas such as the elbows and thighs to further enhance its defensive capabilities. The armour's large, reinforced pauldrons not only provided added protection, but they also house additional shield generators to make the Cataphractii Pattern one of the most durable suits of Terminator armour ever created. Although, the added weight and power requirements of such reinforcement came at a cost of manoeuvrability, making Cataphractii armour also the slowest suit of Terminator armour made to date. The Tartarus Pattern is perhaps the most advanced form of Terminator armour ever designed. These suits were developed towards the closing years of the Great Crusade and are now extremely rare relics. The Tartarus Pattern has many similarities with the Mark IV Maximus pattern of power armour, such as the helmet and gauntlet design. The torso plate takes its design inspiration from the Contemptor class of dreadnought, while the pauldron characteristics are derived from the venerable Cataphractii pattern of Terminator armour. Tartarus Terminator armour affords the wearer a good range of movement, similar to that of standard power armour, with no trade-off in durability or protection. This is a key feature that makes the suit highly sought after. The most recent and common form of Terminator armour is the Indomitus pattern. It was originally designed during the Horus Heresy and is now the most widespread pattern among both the Space Marines and the traitor legions of Chaos. Its common adoption was first pioneered by the Ultramarines following the fall of Horus, as older patterns became increasingly difficult to replace after the demise of many key Forge worlds during the war. Indomitus Terminator armour is easily identified by its unique helmet design and large rounded pauldrons, with the left bearing the revered Crux Terminatus. Various other patterns of Terminator armour have been created throughout history and worn by factions of the Imperium, such as the Aquilon and Tartarus patterns used by the Adeptus Custodes, and the Aegis patterns used by the Space Marines of the Grey Knights. Many perilous battles faced by the forces of the Adeptus Astartes require the enhanced durability and protection that only Terminator armor can provide. Other units such as scouts and infiltrator squads are able to provide the mobility to perform swift reconnaissance and ambush maneuvers, while the less agile Terminators provide the sheer staying power to bear the brunt of the most terrifying horrors of the galaxy. The incredibly thick armor plates and powerful fiber bundle muscles form the core of these defensive shells, and only a select few of the best and bravest a Space Marine chapter can offer are entrusted with this ancient and sacred battle harness. The outer shell of the suit is comprised of dense ceramite plate steel composite plates that are mounted to an adamantium frame. This then serves as an exoskeleton, which can link with a Space Marine's neural network through the genetically engineered organ known as the black carapace, enhancing their movements in the same way as power armor and allowing them to fight with deadly skill. This advanced composition makes Terminator armor one of the most durable forms of combat armor in the Imperium. It shields the wearer from formidable weaponry designed to punch through tank armor, and is able to withstand a tremendous amount of punishment from small arms fire and close combat weapons alike. Its powerful servo-assisted frame provides the offensive strength to maintain mobility while carrying and controlling the recoil from firing heavy weapons in open-field combat. The dense core that supplies power to the entire suit and its plethora of technology has a higher output and is designed to last much longer than that found in the backpack of standard Space Marine power armor. Similar to power armor, Terminator armor contains essential life support systems housed in a sealed enclosure, allowing squads of Terminators to venture deep into space hulks where no others would dare step foot. The suit contains various sensors and scanners that continuously monitor the environment to provide the Space Marine with a full awareness of their surroundings. Radiation level detectors keep the Terminators from entering areas that could damage their suit's inherent shielding. Biological proximity scanners help to track down their targets and prevent ambush attacks from concealed enemies. In addition, the suit is fully equipped with a range of autosensors and targeters, which greatly enhances weapon accuracy and target acquisition. As well as monitoring their surroundings, inbuilt sensors take readings on the Terminator's biological condition to ensure the Space Marine is supplied with enough oxygen and kept at the correct body temperature during operations. All of the support systems found in Terminator armor largely operate in the same way as those found in regular power armor. Suits of Terminator armor are even rarer among the traitor legions of Chaos. Only Chaos Lords and aspiring champions who stand in great favour to the ruinous powers wear such sacred armor, along with their chosen personal guard of Chaos Terminators. Often these suits can only be claimed by killing the current occupant, where the Lords chosen take their first pick of the spoils of victory. Suits of tactical dreadnought armor are now very rare. The Adeptus Mechanicus possesses the knowledge and skill to create new suits of Indomitus pattern Terminator armor. However, it is an extremely slow process. Older, more established Space Marine chapters often possess a larger number of these suits, and it's rare for a newly formed chapter to field many Terminators. Each suit of Terminator armor bears a sacred icon on its left shoulder plate that is said to contain fragments of the Emperor's armor he wore during his final battle against the arch-traitor Horus at the Siege of Terror. This badge is a symbol of great honour and pride amongst the chapters of the Space Marines, and is known as the Crux Terminatus. It is said that the Crux behaves as a ward that augments the Terminator armor itself, shielding the wearer from attacks that would otherwise spell their doom. When a Space Marine Terminator falls in battle, the chapter will go to extraordinary efforts to recover the body, as losing such a sacred and venerated artifact is seen as failing the Emperor and would bring great shame to their entire chapter. Terminator squads are made up of the most experienced and skilled warriors of the chapter's first company, as only these elite Astartes can be entrusted with such rare and powerful armour. High-ranking officers, such as captains, chaplains, and librarians can also choose the honour of wearing Terminator armour. Each Terminator is a hero in their own right, and although they can wield fearsome long-ranged weaponry, they are most efficient when engaged in brutal close-ranged assaults. They must be carefully deployed into situations where their armor's inherent toughness and destructive capabilities can best be used to maximize their potential to wreak havoc upon the enemy. Although Terminators are incredibly durable, their immense bulk does somewhat hinder their movement capabilities. To help overcome this, they are able to teleport directly into the midst of battle using advanced teleport homing devices. This ancient and little understood technology harnesses the power of the warp and can potentially be dangerous, but the risk is often worth the rewards. Terminators can also be deployed into battle via the safety of a mighty Land Raider. While slower than direct teleportation, it is often a more reliable method of deployment. The versatility of tactical dreadnought armor allows Terminator squads to carry a variety of weapons into battle. As they have the durability to withstand heavy firepower, Terminators operate on the front lines and carry weaponry suited to such engagements. Standard Terminator squads are armed with a Stormbolter and a Power Fist. The Stormbolter can lay down impressive amounts of firepower at medium to close range, and can be fired single-handed thanks to the stability of the armor. The Power Fist amplifies the Terminator's strength even further, and is used as a versatile melee weapon for crushing infantry or punching through the armoured hulls of tanks. Terminator Sergeants sometimes favour a power sword over the fist. Although lacking in raw power, the sword is a far more nimble and precise weapon. When facing heavily mechanised enemies, Terminators can additionally be fitted with a chain fist that offers increased effectiveness against even the most heavily armoured tanks. It's also a necessary item of war gear for squads exploring space hulks, as the armour-cutting power is needed to gain access to areas made otherwise inaccessible by sealed blast doors. When the situation calls for additional firepower, up to 2 members of the squad can be equipped with a heavy support weapon, such as a heavy flamer, assault cannon, or cyclone missile launcher. Heavy flamers are ideal for repelling hordes of gene stealers, or flushing out groups of concealed enemy units at close range in a single searing blast. The punishing rate of fire of an assault cannon makes it an excellent choice for mowing down tightly packed clumps of infantry or cutting through lightly armoured vehicles. The Cyclone missile launcher is mounted uniquely over the shoulders, enabling the Terminator to retain the use of their Stormbolter thanks to a special targeting sensor built into the helmet, and is the only truly long-range weapon at their disposal. The Cyclone can be armed with both frag and crack missiles for anti-infantry or anti-vehicle targets. These heavy support weapons can all be wielded with ease thanks to the added strength and stability provided by the synthetic fibre bundle muscles of the Terminator armour. While standard Terminator squads are versatile at both ranged and melee combat, assault Terminators are solely focused on crushing the enemy in savage hand-to-hand fights. These fearsome squads are equipped with devastating close combat weaponry that can rupture even the thickest of armour. Assault Terminators make the best use of their skills wherever the combat is thickest and bloodiest. They excel at breaching enemy fortifications and launching brutal onslaughts deep into the enemy's lines. Assault Terminator squads sacrifice their ranged abilities in favour of powerful close combat weapons. They wield either a pair of gleaming lightning claws or a mighty thunderhammer and storm shield. Lightning claws are used for shredding through infantry. The long blades are fixed to the gauntlet itself and resemble razor-sharp claws, crackling with violent energy fields. Thunderhammers are much slower, but far more impactful weapons. They deliver a crushing blow of gravitic energy upon striking their target. The resulting shockwave can stun tank crews or render a heavily armoured enemy unconscious, should they survive the initial impact force. Due to the unwieldy nature of a thunderhammer, the Terminators also use a storm shield to further protect them from close-ranged enemy assaults while swinging their hammers. The combination of powerful weaponry and nearly impenetrable armour makes a squad of assault Terminators a formidable shock force that can stand their ground against any opposition. The tide of many battles has been turned by the timely arrival of these deadly fighters.